5 years ago, Wright Lindsey Jennings patent attorney Meredith Lowry helped launch, with the support of her law firm, an initiative called Woman Run. It is a networking and resource group for women in business. I caught up with Lowry to discuss the group's success and its future. 5 years ago, in 2019, you started through your law firm, Wright Lindsey Jennings, which has been a big supporter of this initiative, Woman Run. Tell me what Woman Run is and what was the impetus for this?
Woman Run is an opportunity for women that own businesses. We started this because we saw, I've been practicing almost 20 years now as a patent attorney, and a lot of my clients are women. And so we started realizing when people would come in, there was a gap in the ecosystem in Arkansas. A lot of women knew about the Chamber of Commerce, but they didn't necessarily go to Chamber of Commerce meetings. They didn't know about other pieces of the ecosystem, like Startup Junkie or the Venture Center. So we wanted to be this connecting piece and be able to help women network, talk about other women that are starting businesses, running businesses, or selling their business, so we could have that education piece. And our research kind of showed that there was this gap, this need for women-owned businesses to have education and networking and capital financing, which is a little bit harder piece to do.
Obviously, right after you launched Woman Run, we entered the pandemic, and that actually probably turned out to be pretty beneficial for your group. Tell me a little bit about that.
Good solid year of actually doing 2 events a month in both Northwest Arkansas and Central Arkansas. In some ways, yes, the pandemic was good because I think I would have worn out my car much faster if I had kept going up and down the interstate. But we transitioned to online. We did a lot of events with different groups, the Arkansas Small Business Technology Development Center and the Women's Foundation of Arkansas, to talk to women about PPP funding, but also to continue discussing the things that were important, like how do you hire more people? How do you grow a business when people can't actually see each other? And various things like that. It was an interesting time, but also a very productive time for us.
And so you come out of the pandemic and you've had these great, experiences, really kind of holding a women's business network together through all of this. Kind of what's been the focus out of the pandemic? And I know the programming stays very similar, but you just do more live person events. Tell me a little bit more about the programming.
We've done a lot in the last couple of years, and even more moving forward, where we're wanting to not only highlight women and through the events, but highlight women through our social media. And we've also tried to bring more women to women-owned businesses. So like last December, and we're going to do again this December, we focused on shopping at women-owned businesses through the holiday haul we did with the city of Fayetteville, because we have a lot of woman-owned businesses located in downtown Fayetteville. And we could try and move people towards those businesses. We do a lot of events at woman-owned places, and we're trying to continue that outreach, not only highlighting, but helping those businesses grow as much as we can.
There are a lot of other women's business networking groups. I get a lot of contact from places like there is Next Up, which I think is going to have a big conference in Northwest Arkansas soon. Hustle and Heels is another event. I'm just scratching the surface because there's a lot of them. Kind of, I guess, that's good. Does it keep you from getting lost in all of that? Tell me how that ecosystem of business networking works for women.
The more the better. It's one of those things, you don't know who's going to reach the ecosystem at what point. And this Arkansas is growing. It's one of those things where the new people that if they enter in through women in tech and also meet somebody else and says, okay, this is a different organization. They focus on, look, next up, that's all women in business. We're really focused in if you're running your own show and how does that go? Because the interests are a little different. And so it's a cumulative thing. All boats rise when the water goes up, or whatever the nice saying is from Kennedy.
Tell me what you think is going to happen over the next 5 years with Woman Run.
I think we're going to grow. I think we're going to keep seeing more women-owned businesses. I've gone over to Jonesboro recently, plan on continuing to go to Jonesboro. That network over there with Over a Cup in Shancuta, Cunningham, I mean, that's a great group. We like partnering with groups around the state. So I think we're just going to continue that outreach and try and get more education out there.
All right. If somebody wants to plug into Woman Run, give me the details on how they can do that.
We have social. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. Woman Run. It's WOMAN-RUN. And on Instagram, it's Woman Run World.
That's Wright Lindsey Jennings attorney Meredith Lowry with Woman Run. You can catch our full interview online at talkbusiness.net. We're back to wrap up right after this.